kind of weird. The first Black Oak album, it didn't sell a million copies right off the bat. It might have sold, 40, 50,000 copies, but every month it would sell more and more. And that usually happened where we went to play. Where we went to play, people were swamping record stores looking for a Black Oak Arkansas. And then after the dying power died off, go to the next town, we play there, and then they'd start buying again.
There's a little more to us than just, we've had college people do theses on what the evil of Black Oak, Arkansas is, and said we're white supremacists, and that's definitely not me.
We were together 7 days a week. So by the time we recorded the first album, we were pretty comfortable with what we were doing.
A long time ago, mescaline mushrooms, different things like that, we would sample it, see what the world was all about, under the influence of that drug. And during a psychedelic trip, Jim, saw the devil, he saw God, both that night. Both of them talking to him, both of them pulling him one way or the other, trying to figure out which way he's going to go. So the next day, he was feeling a little better and started writing. Lord Have Mercy was written about his experience, and that's where a lot of those lyrics come out of.
Now, there's something I'd like to talk to you about at this particular moment.
The intro to it, we decided we were going to do Racket. We were just going to get in there with a bunch of friends of ours. We had Mike Lanier from the Iron Butterfly, and about 20 or 30 people walking around, making noises, while Jim's doing this rap.
Arguing with him that I had a thing to do for the good of all of us. Out of this bargain, the devil, he got my body.
And then, and right at the end of the rap, when you hear Jim goes, and I want the Lord to please have mercy on my soul, and then you hear this water running.
I want the Lord to please have mercy on my soul.
We went into the engineer and says, hey, we need a microphone on that ashtray out there. And we took the little tray thing off, so it was a hollow tube. My good buddy Stanley Knight, who just passed away here in the last month, nobody realizes it, Stanley pissed in the bucket. He said, you want me to mic your guitar player pissing in a bucket? Well, yep, that's what we want you to do.
I want the Lord to please have mercy on my soul.
Every time you hear that sound on Lord Have Mercy, that's my good friend Stanley Knight, Goober Grin, pissing in a bucket, okay? That's for you, Stan. Keep the Faith. Keep the Faith was one of the ones that we decided we were going to produce that one ourselves. And we could have done better, we could have done worse.
We wanted to learn, but we were stubborn and wanted to do our own thing at the same time.
A lot of material I really like. I think it's unique in Black Oak history. It's got a different sound, different vibe. It's a little more existentialism going on in that one and the following one. If an angel came to see you, would you make her feel at home? But if you can make an angel feel at home, you're doing pretty good. I mean, think about where her home is. That's pretty hard to come by. Poor Tom Dow got drug in at the tail end of that one, and he didn't get to be in as much on the creation as he did on the mixing, And he's famous too for having, 3 guitar players, each one put down 2 or 3 parts, and the bass part, and there's a keyboard part over here, and there's a harmonica, and there's like 15 singers, and there's a lead singer, and finally it's just so cluttered, Tom would go over to the board and he'd go, meh, 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 rake all this stuff down, and there'd be like 2 guitars, a bass, and a drum, and he goes, that's the song right there. And he'd leave it like that, and bam, it'd come out like that. Because sometimes too much is too much.
And to me, less is more. Prune the tree back to the trunk.
And then there was Launch and Roll. Oh, Lord. Everybody says, what was the most cheapest album you ever did? Live albums, man. You do them in 2 hours. Bam. Wally Hyder meet us up in Portland, and he met us in Seattle, filmed 2 shows, 2 hours each night. Bam. After that, it's all mixing. Like I say, that's our forte, man. We are a live band.
You could go beyond yourself, You really could. You were beyond anything you thought you could possibly endure or do. As a unit and as a group, it gives you the strength to get through it.